if they were later in that second stage and needed to abort. But that next call out we're listening for to the crew should come up at T-minus 10 minutes that the crew displays those 3 panels in front of our astronauts will be configured for launch. Now just 10 minutes and 35 seconds to go until liftoff.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Dragon, SpaceX, and SanDisk.
That was the voice of Commander Mike Hopkins confirming those crew displays are configured, and that T-minus 10 minutes was another check for the Falcon 9 launch criteria. It was checked by some computers. It was the last check of a wide variety of Falcon system data to make sure we are go. From here on, we continue to count down until T-minus 7 minutes when the pre-valves open.
T-minus 8 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. As Liam mentioned, the next major event at T-minus 7 minutes, we will open the pre-valves. Currently, the Merlin engines on the first stage are isolated by valves that are between the propellant tanks and with the Merlin engines. We'll open the pre-valves. That'll allow us to begin passing a small amount of liquid oxygen through the inlet of the turbo pumps. That'll chill them down to get them ready for when we bring the pumps up to full speed at T-minus 2 seconds. We want to make sure that the pumps are chilled so that there's not any opportunity for the liquid oxygen to possibly get in contact with a warm pump and turn into gas, something you want to avoid on a turbo pump.
7 minutes and 40 seconds now for liftoff. We're still watching those fuel levels tick up, and in the first stage, we're almost at 100% of that densified kerosene. As we mentioned, the second stage is full. First stage fueling should be complete for that RP1 in about T-minus 6 minutes.
It's one small step for man.
Standing by for pre-valve opening.
Stage 1 engine chill has started.
And there's the call out. Stage 1 engine chill has started. Indicates that we are opening the pre-valves. Liquid oxygen now beginning to flow slowly through the turbo pumps on the Merlin 1D first stage engines.
Next call out should be in about 30 seconds from now. We'll be looking for stage 1 RP load complete. That's the densified kerosene, that fuel on the first stage, already full on the second stage, and we'll still be loading liquid oxygen up until about 2 minutes prior to liftoff on the second stage. Standing by for the fuel call.
Okay, right on time, and a great great view of Dragon sitting on top of the Falcon 9 as we're continuing to load liquid oxygen onto both the first and second stages. The RP-1 kerosene fuel is now completely loaded on both stage 1 and stage 2. All continues to go well, just under 6 minutes to launch.
In about 30 seconds, we'll enter terminal count. Dragon's onboard computers will take control of the vehicle. Both fuel on first and second stage is complete, and liquid oxygen loading continues with the second stage at about 80%. First stage at 95%. Something else you might notice is water rushing the pad shortly before liftoff. That's to suppress the sound and keep any sound from imparting a load on Crew Dragon as it prepares to lift off.
Dragon is in configure for terminal count. Dragon is on internal tower. Falcon 9 propellant tanks are pressurizing for strong back retract.
Good confirmation that Dragon is on internal power, and now we'll be looking for a major milestone before we launch today. That'll be the strong back retract. John, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Leo, if we get close up of the Dragon second stage,
Strong back is retracting.
we've heard the call out strong back retract. That's a two-step sequence. First, there are clamp arms on the very top of the second stage. You can see one of them just above the gaseous oxygen vapors coming out of the second stage. Those arms will open up, and then just inside of T-minus 4 minutes, once the arms are released, we'll begin to retract the strong back alongside the vehicle. It'll move back 2 degrees in position, and by about T-minus 3.5 minutes, we ought to be finished with that. The strong back will retract 45 degrees away from the rocket once we hit T0 as part of the liftoff sequence.
And at T-minus 3 minutes,
Right now we're waiting for the retract. And then you can see the strong back is beginning to move away from the vehicle. Looks like we are just about into the required pre-launch position, just a couple degrees away from the Falcon 9 and the Dragon capsule. But right now, T-minus 3 minutes, 8 seconds, everything continues to be go on Dragon and Falcon 9.
currently
Dragon
standing.
is in terminal count.
Dragon is in terminal count, and we are standing by here. The stage 1 liquid oxygen loading is complete. Stage 2
Load is complete.
And there we have it. Stage 2 should finish shortly after, about 2 minutes prior to liftoff.
So now, the last major event is finished liquid oxygen loading on stage 2. Wraps up at about T-minus 2 minutes. Then at about T-minus a minute and a half, we have to drain back and vent down the liquid line that goes up the strong back alongside the Falcon 9. If you see a large white cloud about midway down around the rocket, that's normal. That's again just the gaseous oxygen hitting the warm floor ahead.
And good calls that stage 2 liquid oxygen load is complete. That means we have full fuel on the first and second stages to identify kerosene, and we're full of the oxidized liquid oxygen.
This is looking pretty good. Weather appears to be cooperating.
Now just a minute and 20 seconds until liftoff today. And as you can hear those sounds, like Soichi Noguchi said, the vehicle is alive. Coming up in seconds, we'll look to hear that the Dragon is in countdown, and Falcon 9 is in startup.
Dragon is in countdown. FPS is armed. Falcon 9 is in startup and is now controlling.
50 seconds now until liftoff. That FTS you heard is flight termination.
SpaceX, go for launch.
SpaceX, this is resilient. Roger, go.
Go for
For launch, and at 37 seconds, the International Space Station flying over Kennedy Space Center.
Crew-1 for all.
Crew
Dragon poised to go catch it.
20
Seconds to liftoff.
T-minus 15 seconds. Falcon 9 is configured for flight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
You can see the camera beginning to shake.
0. Ignition.
Here we go. And the first operational launch of a U.S.-built spacecraft has begun with the Crew-1 mission to the International Space Station aboard a Falcon 9 rocket. That's exciting.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
30 seconds into this historic mission, flying crew on board Dragon and Falcon 9. Stage 1 is preparing to throttle down. This is in preparation for max Q, which is maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Stage 1, throttle down.
There's that call out for throttle down.
Power and telemetry continue to be nominal for the vehicle, now traveling at 262 meters per second.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
There's that call out. The
The
Falcon 9 is supersonic,
and we will be passing through
max
max
Q
Q
here
shortly,
shortly,
the
the largest structural load during descent.
Max Q.
There's that call out. That Falcon has passed through.
And
We just entered Stage 1 Bravo abort mode. That's going to take them through the end of the first stage burning just before second stage activates off the coast of North Carolina.
All right, we're almost through with the stage 1 burn. This is exciting. So far, things look nominal.
T plus 1 minute and 40 seconds into flight, Dragon and Falcon 9 traveling 709 meters per second. That call that MVAC chill is underway.
And the
Vacuum engine.
Merlin vacuum engines are pre-chilling in preparation for the stage separation.
Similar to what we saw in the first stage Merlin engines, the second stage engine being prepared for
They call them MVACs because they're optimized to run in the vacuum of space
a minute away.
as opposed to the atmosphere on Earth.
Rapid succession, we're going to get main engine cut off. The 9 Merlin engines will throttle down and then shut down. We're going to get stage separation
Stage 1, throttle down.
and then ignition of the second stage engine. We've begun the throttle down in preparation for stage separation.
Looking inside the second stage in preparation for the staging. Main engine cutoff has been announced. There is stage separation,
And you see
and the MVAC engine has ignited.
there goes that MVAC engine. Stage
Notice, for example, how much bigger the shape of the bell is on the nozzle of the MVAC engine. The ones that operate at launch on the first stage are much smaller.
Stage 2 continuing to burn. Over on the left-hand side is Stage 1 preparing for its return to Earth.
And if you're just joining the stream, this is actually the very first time I've attempted to do this, so please forgive any technical glitches. If you could let me know if the audio, my voice relative to the background calls, is easy on the ears, good and appropriate, that would be helpful. So say something in the chat.
Maybe we'll see the lights of Florida or the eastern seaboard in the background, but otherwise there's not going to be much.
There are 3 NASA astronauts on board, as well as the astronaut from Japan's space agency.
You can hear the call out.
Many of them are veterans, or at least 2 actually. Shannon Walker and Mr. Gucci from Japan, both flown in space before.
From the second stage of the Dragon and Falcon 9.
still continuing as stage 2 burns to listen for those abort zones. We are now in 2A through 2E to Echo, taking us up over the
No shots so far from inside the cabin, which is kind of disappointing, but not unexpected.
Right now you can see the second stage engine glowing with the standard red that we have come to see over all these missions. Indicates everything's looking good. Power on the MVAC-D engine continues to run at 220,000 pounds of thrust in the vacuum of outer space.
Dragon, SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
And that's a call out that the trajectory is nominal for Dragon. And again, there are two different spacecraft. There's the Falcon 9 rocket, and then the capsule spaceship that carries the people is called Dragon, or Crew Dragon in this case, which is an evolution of the original Dragon cargo ship, which has been servicing the International Space Station for quite a few years now.
Second stage engine cutoff coming up at 8 minutes and 48 seconds after launch today, so about 3.5 minutes from now. Dragon and Falcon 9, second stage, currently flying 2,979 meters per second.
Currently, the first stage has begun its descent. It is through apogee, beginning to come back.
Reminder, they are going to try and recover the first stage, and it's entirely possible, if they're successful, that it will be used to carry astronauts again. This Falcon 9 rocket, however, is brand new, and this is the first time it's flown.
Just what we love to hear.
And there's a call out for nominal trajectory.
You're hearing onboard Dragon, that's Commander Mike Hopkins speaking for our 4-person crew as they continue their journey now. 6
And I believe Mike Hopkins, the Crew Dragon commander, has actually also flown in space. Vic Glover, I believe, is the only first-timer, although he's an extraordinarily experienced military pilot.
101 kilometers. We're now beginning to essentially level out and pick up velocity to get us into low Earth orbit.
Crew Dragon is capable of carrying up to 7 human occupants, but there are only 4 aboard on this flight.
And we're about 2 minutes away.
SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
Copy. Nominal trajectory.
And once again, there is a nominal trajectory call out there.
For launch, second stage engine continues to burn, everything looking good, and we'll see that continue to burn for
If you appreciate this kind of content and you'd like me to be able to do more of it, please join our crew. Head over to aerospacenews.com/fans. There's also a link in the description, and join up.
A little more than 2.5 G's of acceleration. First stage preparing to ignite for the entry burn.
And there's the re-entry burn for stage 1 of the Falcon 9. That's always impressive.
Got ignition of the entry burn, center engine, followed by the other 2 restart engines.
Yep,
First stage
it's a 3-engine burn for re-entry,
This is about a 29
and they do it sequentially, as you can hear the SpaceX commentator describing. First the center engine, and then 2 of the outboard engines ignite.
by the time this
When it comes into land on the drone ship, though, it actually only uses a single engine.
should say by the time the entry burn completes, which is now over. First stage on target for the drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean. Meanwhile, we're watching second stage getting close to getting into orbit.
That's right, we've got about 30 seconds
DC
more.
internal guidance.
Now just about 20 seconds more of stage 2 continuing to burn until we see second stage engine cut off or SECO. We'll coast for a few minutes afterward to allow the rates of motion. And there's that call for Shannon. That's Shannon, Ireland, an abort zone, but it looks like we continue smoothly to orbit today.
And they have made it past their Shannon, Ireland abort milestone or waypoint.
MVAC shutdown.
And we've got shutdown of the second stage engine on time.
And there you have it. On schedule, the MVAC-2 engine for stage 2 has shut down. And it looks like we've got a good orbital insertion.
And SpaceX copies.
And Leah, the words we like to hear, a nominal orbit insertion.
There you go.
That's right, John. Nominal orbit insertion, as we mentioned, stage 2. Oh, looks like some action on stage 1.
And here's the landing on the drone ship attempt. It looks like they stuck the landing. Yep, there it is.
Stage 1 has touched down on the drone ship.
That's very cool. That never gets old.
But now, the more important news, second stage is in orbit, right where we want, right on time, and we're getting ready for our next major activity, which will be Dragon spacecraft separation. Now, currently on the second stage, we are essentially venting pressure, purging the engine out, making sure everything is quiet in preparation.
There's a cabin shot.
Take a look. That's inside Crew Dragon right now. Our Crew-1 crew now coasting.
Almost looks like sci-fi. Very antiseptic.
Second stage. In just a couple of minutes, we should see that.
If you're watching, would you go flying on one of these spacecraft if you were given the chance? Let me know in the chat.
Leah, the mission timer shows 90 seconds to Dragon separation.
Currently, Dragon is flying at 27,000 kilometers an hour.
Wow, pretty amazing. Current velocity is 27,000 kilometers an hour.
Plus 11 minutes since liftoff today, waiting on that second stage separation. But as you can see, our astronauts from left to right, Shannon Walker, Victor Glover, Mike Hopkins, and Suichi Noguchi, now on their way to the International Space Station. First trip to space for Victor Glover.
Signal Newfoundland.
That call out acquisition of signal in Newfoundland. That means the Newfoundland ground station is now receiving telemetry from Dragon. This view inside Mission Control Hawthorne. Teams continuing to monitor the vehicle, now traveling almost 27,000 kilometers an hour.
Seconds to Dragon separation.
Just waiting for the Dragon to separate from second stage of Falcon 9. And looks like we've got a good separation. This is the view from Falcon 9. That's the trunk of Crew Dragon. One of the interesting qualities of Crew Dragon is that the exterior of the spacecraft is covered in solar panels, and they don't deploy. They're just a part of the spacecraft.
Minutes into today's mission, the view on the right-hand side of your screen coming from Crew Dragon. We had that short look at the second stage. As it departed, that second stage will burn up upon re-entry into Earth's atmosphere.
Once again, if you would like me to do more of these, would appreciate it if you would join our crew, join my crew, go to aerospacenews.com/fans and support the show. There's a link in the description as well. And we can try and do a lot more of this as there are more and more space launches and other global events like this that are streamed. And of course, we'll set up on location and do these ourselves. So really appreciate you giving it a look and helping out if you can. Wow, another amazing view inside the cockpit there, or the cabin of the Crew Dragon spacecraft here on the Crew-1 mission, the first real operational mission of the Crew Dragon spacecraft to the International Space Station with 4 astronauts aboard one Japanese citizen who is a veteran space flyer, and 3 Americans. In an American spacecraft flown from American soil.
14 minutes, 25 seconds since there was a great liftoff. Everything happened. We had a normal insertion.
Normal. Seems to be some excitement over at NASA and SpaceX today. Understandably so.
Hearing the nose cone hooks are opening up. Everything is happening right per the procedure. And we've got Crew-1 successfully on orbit. So with that, let's head over to our counterparts at Kennedy Space Center. Marie, how was that launch for you all there on the ground?
Oh my gosh, John, it just took our breath away. I mean, we could just turn right around in our seats and watch.
I think that'll wrap it up for this particular coverage. I do appreciate you stopping in, and of course, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you do get notified when things like this happen. And we'll try and polish out the rough spots for the next one. Probably maybe cover the docking procedure, and would very much like to have you participate. And when you are in the chat, you're welcome to talk about space flight, spacecraft, sci-fi, aviation, and just keep it nice. No politics, no spamming, and hang out in the airport clubhouse here. Again, thanks for watching.
Looking kind of mellow, but you can see Victor's kind of letting his arms do a little bit of the floaty thing. I bet he cannot.
So Victor, Mike, Shannon, and Salichi are now on course to arrive at National Space Station just tomorrow, Monday, November 16th.